Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Super Bowl edition of Into the Weekend with BetDSI. Of course, this is a show that we did every week during the football season with Brent, the headlines manager at DSI Sportsbook, where Brent tells us about the notable action that he's taken every week. Brent, thanks for being back with us.
Good to be with you, Peter.
All right, Brent, let's start right off. The line appears to have moved in the Pats' favor, at least a little bit from opening. So do you have more Pats money as of right now than Seahawks money?
Actually, in terms of money itself, I'm basically dead even on this game. When you count the straights, I'm dead even. The parties and teasers even, I'm slightly off towards New England, but really not. Right now, just if you look at the straight bets, basically I have no decision. Now, I mean, the early movement was knocking the line down, but again, it comes down pretty fast when you throw up an opening number. You take a max bet, boom, you're down a half point. Another max bet, boom, you're down a half a point. The reason why, I mean, the count basically is 2-1 in favor of New England. If I look at my parlays and teasers, it's about 2-1 in favor of New England as well. So I definitely do have more wagers and more public money. You might call it square money on New England. That's definite. I'm using New England -1 right now, and I'm still, in a position where I'm continuing to get more New England bets. And, like I said, if they kicked off right now, I wouldn't have a decision on the side at all.
All right, well, that sounds good for you. So then even with the Super Bowl, if you take a max bet, you're going to move the line off that.
Yeah, I mean, again, initially, and it takes a while for the line to kind of settle down. Now, if you want to, like I said, my count is about 2-1 in favor of New England, but my money's dead even. And I don't even need to tell you what that means, Peter.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that that sharp action came in. It means that the bigger bets came in on Seattle, but especially in something like the Super Bowl, that could easily be oil money, real estate money, Wall Street money, all kinds of big money that's not necessarily sharp coming in on Seattle, right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, in a case like this, especially being the Super Bowl, I mean, there's people who take the rubber band off the bankroll and just fire away. But this is one of those cases where it is sharp money on Seattle. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got like 6 different guys who are all on Seattle. Now Seattle at a pick -10, pick -05 on the money line. There was even one with Seattle +1. I had sharp money there as well. First half, Seattle pick even money. I've got nothing sharp on New England. It's just all public money that I have. And again, the count's really, really high in terms of the number of bets we've had. Again, we're not talking a small sample where people are waiting up until the weekend to fire. People have bet a lot already, a lot in terms of the wager count, a lot of money as well. But the only thing I have that's sharp is Seattle for sure on the side. And I've got sharp action on the total as well. I mean, if we jump over to that, I'm sitting at 47.5 right now. And again, I've got more wager volume in terms of the actual number of bets on Seattle. On the over. We're talking about the total here. I've definitely got almost 2-1 more on the over. But in terms of my money, I've actually got 2-1 money on the under. That again is the reason why I got sharp money under 49, 48.5. I've got another guy under 48.5 and under 48 as well.
Wow, so that sounds like it's a pretty strong, sharp public split, sharp opinion favoring Seattle and the under. In previous years, in previous Super Bowls, do you usually see a sharp opinion like this, or is this an unusually strong, sharp opinion this year?
This is unusually strong because even if you get like 3 or 4 guys one way, you've got at least one guy going the other way, and I've got no one sharp going on the over.
Wow.
I've got no one sharp on New England. So it's just a case. And again, like I said, I'm using one on New England just because I'm getting so many more bets on New England. So even with the sharp bets coming back on Seattle, I can sit there, with New England -1 and make the guys pay it because they're going to lay it anyway.
Is it possible that any sharp action could come in the other way between now and kickoff, or would that be very unlikely?
Yeah, anything is possible, but I think maybe if there was like real sharp guys out there, they probably would have jumped on the line when it first came out. Right now, honestly, based on the way I see the sharp action coming in, I wouldn't be surprised if the line started going back the other way in terms of favor of Seattle. I mean, Seattle being a small favorite by kickoff would not surprise me at all.
Awesome information, Brent. And now let's just move on to props. If the sharps have been hitting the side and the total in this one, then I assume that they're seeing great value in the props. I'm assuming that you've taken a lot of sharp action on props so far, right?
Yeah, I've got some. I mean, I wrote down a few. I kind of grouped them together in terms of I have some Lynch props that guys are consistently playing, some Brady props and Wilson props. I'll just fire through them if that's all right with you. Wilson, I mean, it's silly stuff. They'll go for me. Anytime someone, the sharp guys look at this stuff and they find a little bit of value, they're going to jump on it. I got silly stuff like Wilson's longest rushing yards, carry is going to be under 17.5 yards. That's just sharp guys say sees value on that. They under 17.5 -115. That was a play right there. Wilson's rushing attempts. That's another one that they went under 7.5 -05. Wilson. It's funny. I got Wilson's passing yards -11.5 -115. he's got that over the Boston-Miami total points on Sunday. So we throw all those crazy kind of things out there.
Yeah.
In terms of the passing stuff, interesting one. I've got Wilson to throw an interception. I've got that. The way we put it up is over half minus 110, and the Sharps bet that over, saying that Wilson will throw an interception. And we have another prop, whether who's going to throw the first interception, whether it's Brady or Wilson. They also bet Wilson on that one at plus 120. So they're basically saying they think that the New England defense is going to pick one off. So I got those a couple ones on Wilson. Sticking with the Seahawks, I got Marshawn Lynch. I got his longest run to be under 20.5 minus 115. I have his rushing attempts under 20.5 minus 05. I've got Lynch versus Blunt. I've got sharp money on Blunt plus 29.5 yards minus 115. He's going against Lynch in that prop. And Lynch in terms of receptions under 2.5 minus 05. That seems like a pretty good bet there too. Over to Brady. I've got Brady's touchdown passes under 1.5 plus 180. There's some good value there, I guess. And I've got Brady to throw more completions than Wilson. Brady was minus 5.5 minus 115. I've got Edelman. It's interesting because guys bet Edelman on a couple things. They bet Edelman more receptions, minus 115 over Gronkowski. And I've got Edelman minus 1.5 minus 115 over Doug Baldwin. And Gronkowski will go over to Gronk. I've got him under 6 minus 05 in terms of the number of receptions he'll have. And Gronk will not score a touchdown, was plus 145. The Sharps jumped on that one as well. Over these other weird ones, we'll have Richard Sherman to get an interception. I've got the no minus 260, so it's a big price, but they obviously found value on that. And this just seems to be a sharp bet here, is that the last play of the game will be a quarterback rush or a kneel down. So you figure, the team winning the game is going to have the ball last. They're going to take a kneel down and kill the clock. That was a sharp bet at minus 170. I think we're up to 200 on that one right now. So that's about everything in terms of the props. But some interesting things in terms of Wilson and Lynch and stuff like that. The Lynch stuff going under. So and also the Wilson with the interceptions. A couple of guys doubled up on that one.
What a list. So all those props that you just ran down, that was all definitive, clear, sharp action guys who are absolutely on the list, no question about it.
Absolutely, Peter.
Wow. All right. Well, big news for Super Bowl 49 from Brent from BetDSI. Clear, strong, sharp opinions on Seattle and the under. Brent, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.